Snip, snip, slurp, slurp. Hotz cleared his throat. Do you have an appointment? The woman asked. Well, Nicola started. I'm the headmistress of this school, and seeing a dean requires an appointment. The woman cut in. Particularly for children from other kingdoms, pretending to look like they belong in this one. What school do you attend? Are you even Evers? Hotz and Nicola exchanged glances, unsure whose turn it was to lie. We've had a string of attacks in Frostwood. The whole woods is under assault by rebels. Good people have died, the woman said, hot with emotion. The king has ordered all citizens to report suspicious activity to the Camelot Guards. Mother, I'm taking Caleb to play rugby in the park. A voice breathed, and Hotz lifted his eyes to a strapping boy with curly blonde hair in a Frostwood school uniform, 16 or 17, ushering his younger brother, also in uniform, past the woman and out of the school. He whispered into his mother's ear. Started crying during his history class. They were learning about Camelot's knights and well, you know. I can hear you, sniffled Caleb, his cheeks pink. Be home before 7, Cedric, said the woman tightly. Your father's making supper, and I don't want you and Caleb out when it's dark. Now you're sounding like Aunt Grisella, Cedric sighed, pushing by Hotz and Nicola, hugging his brother to his side. Maybe we'll pick up a meat pie on the way home. He peeked back at his mother. If father's making supper. A smile cracked through the woman's hard features as she watched her two sons go, her eyes softening, then turning mournful. She noticed that Hotz and Nicola still standing there, and her imperious stiffness returned. The school is closed for the day. You may wait my office to schedule an appointment with Dean Burchard for a future date. Now please leave before I call the King's Guards, she said, scuttling past them and down the stairs. Hotz watched her across the garden. Caleb and Cedric went to the park. Keep an eye on them, she told him quietly, handing the gardener a few silver coins. Cedric's a grown man, Mistress Grimling, he said. He don't sneak me over his shoulder. She squeezed his arm. Please. The man touched her face. Of course, miss, he said gently. He slipped the coins back in her hand. If I was in your shoes, I'm sure I'll do the same. He put down his shears and hustled after the boys, while Mistress Grimling stayed behind, that mournful gaze returning. She frowned suddenly and swiveled towards the school steps, the door still open at the top, just as she had left it. But Hotz and Nicola were no longer there. Did you hear what that man said? He called her Mistress Grimling, Nicola whispered as they scurried through the entrance hall of the school, Hotz sipping back nervously to make sure the woman wasn't following them. So what? Hot sat, lost in the maze of musty corridors and spiral staircases. How do we know which one goes to the dumps? So what? Lady Grimling was Tetro's steward at Camelot, Nicola reminded him. Suppose these Grimlings related to her. Doesn't help us get Ryan off the throne, so stop playing Detective Nick and start looking for a way to our battles, said Hot, peering into deserted classrooms, reeking of sweat and mildew. He sneezed, his eyes watering from the fines of dust. On the outside, the Frostwood School for Boys looked like an elegant cathedral, the hedges planted, the grey stone polished, but on the inside it felt like a decrepit church, the floorboards creaking, the walls covered in mold and cracked plaques offering debris advice. Heads up and fall in line. Follow the leader. Rules are the spice of life. Growing up, he had thought of Frostwood as obscenely rich, given its steel trade, but clearly none of that wealth was going towards boys' education. Even the old schoolhouse in Bloodbrook, the poorest ram in the woods, was in better shape. It was he hated about efforts, Hot thought, recalling the workers sprucing up the school's facade. So much of being good was assured. You had to whip away the surface, past the beautification lessons and noble intentions, to find out what an effort really was. At least Nick wasn't like that, he thought, as his girlfriends told him at the end of the hall. Nick was more like an never, too much herself to ever be able to hide it. Turning a corner, they were hit with sunlight from a squirmy stained glass window illuminating another plaque over their heads. Loyalty over Bartless. No wonder every boy in this town becomes a psychic, Hot muttered. A door slammed somewhere close. Sharp heels cracked on stone. Hot's stomach flipped. He pulled at Nicola's arm, guiding her towards a staircase ahead, but Nick resisted, her eyes pinned through the stained glass.